Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the Modiragatsi acceleration program. We are so happy that you are all working hard. I hope you stayed safe and warm today. It was really chilly this morning when I sent you that first message. So I really hope that you managed to keep warm and that you are ready or that you're productive and actively working on your assignments. And if I look at the number of people who've managed to complete all 5 assessments to date that completed their testing, I'm really proud of you. 10 of you are already finished with the testing phase of the challenge. So they will be ready for tomorrow's exercise where they are going to communicate this and start building their story that they will tell at the end. So remember that all of the activities that you are doing as part of the design thinking portion of this course is related to your problem, and it is aimed at helping you to understand the problem better. So yes, you entered the initiative with both a problem and a solution in mind, but we are challenging you to rethink your solution and to really make sure that it is a good solution. And in the process, create a prototype. And even though it is a paper-based prototype or sketch, it will still help you to describe to someone who doesn't know what you know how to do this and what you want and why it is important to do this. So remember that you can ask your questions on the live chat. You can also post your questions in the WhatsApp groups. But I think most of the questions that we received throughout the course of the day was dealing with what this prototype is, how do you address it. So I think I really pushed you out of your comfort zones today. So please ask your question. Okay, we have one question, and that is, how do you test a paper prototype? If you are referring to a drawing prototype, you would give that drawing to a typical user or to someone else and see whether they can understand how to use it or what the concept is without you requiring or without requiring you explaining to them how to use it or what to see in the picture. So whether that picture can really speak for itself and explain the concept that you want to test. So if you followed those steps and you made sure that you created a prototype that will be able to answer the question that you want an answer to in the testing phase, then you would write prototype that will help you to get an answer. So typically, can it stand on its own? Can a typical user look at that drawing and understand how it will work, what it would look like, and what it is for? Um, and if you have to explain to them, remember to use that testing sheet in activity 1.5 to record how they respond to seeing that drawing. So if you have to explain something more, make a note that they didn't understand this. Use that upper or that lower quadrant with the question mark in it, to record all of the questions they asked. If something wasn't clear or you gained a new understanding, use one of the other quadrants to note that. So remember, you want to test this idea of yours on a typical user, and to test that on a typical user, you would have to give them something to test. Okay, we have a question from Pabalo about where she can look for the results from her activities. So, Pabalo, if you're on the Modiragatsi page, you will see there's a homepage button, a content button, an announcements button, and an assignments button. So, apart from getting to the assignments via your the the normal route through the content, you can browse to the assignments directly. And then I now haven't started an assignment yet, so typically you would attach it here. And if you have attached something here and you have received a mark, it will show here at the bottom of your assignment. That is where you can get the results. And if you submitted yesterday, it would have been available today. We only meet at night. So because during the day we need to support you and give you feedback about all of your questions. So we only mark at night. So if you submitted after yesterday before 5, then you will only receive your results tomorrow once we're done marking later this evening. Okay, so Pamalo asked us that she wanted to see what a learner's goodie bag looks like. So, yeah, you see my personal mantra over there. That's something I look at every single day because I think I will change the world. So, in your bag, there's also a nice book and a pen that you can use to jot down all of your world changing ideas. Um, You will have a travel mug in here, and the travel mug also says this will change the world. Then your buff looks slightly different. So a buff that you can use. Uh, then we have also sunglasses for you, and a nice "This Goal Will Change the World" T-shirt. So on the uh, badge that I sent you to share on social media on the first day, you would have seen that the teacher's image was the content of the teacher's goodie bag in the top right hand corner. And your goodie bags were the image I shared on the I am a semi finalist badge. And remember that I sent you a new image to share on social media today. Um, that you remember to tag us on social media and that you share your ideas or share your excitement and tell us what you think about the things you're learning, the new skills you're gaining, and how that actually helps you on improving on your idea. Um, Remember that the whole aim of this training activity is for you to learn something. Okay, then Lawrence asked us um, whether you will have unlimited uh, submission opportunities for all of the assignments. Yes, you will. So you will have unlimited number of resubmissions. Um, but yeah, please don't submit something just for the sake of submitting something, because then you're actually wasting whoever's marking your documents time, because we open every single one and we read every single word that you're writing in there. So do not fake that you're doing an exercise. But if you want to improve on something you did previously, yes, there is unlimited opportunities to resubmit for every activity. Okay, I think Bomgazi is a teacher mentor. So thank you for making us aware of the fact that you have a student that struggled uploading her images yesterday, and you then asked whether it's fine that you add the images that you have or that she had to a Word document and submit them today. Yes, that's perfectly fine. You can definitely, especially if you want to upload more than one um, document and you're struggling to do that, put them in a Word document and then upload them in that way. But just remember that if you want to upload something and you want to upload multiples of an, an activity, documents for an activity, that you go through the browse and upload phase once, and then you just click on the browse button again. So let me show you where I'm sharing my screen, then you will be able to see what I mean. So here you see I uploaded an image just now. And then I have the option to click on it or remove it, and the browse button remains down here. So if you want to upload multiple attachments, just browse again and upload a second version or a second document. So just keep on clicking on browse before you click submit. once you click submit, that submission for this activity is submitted. So just keep on with the browsing activity until you have uploaded all of the attachments that you want to attach before clicking submit. Once you've clicked submit, it will be submitted on our side, and you will get a confirmation message like this telling you have submitted your work. You will receive an email confirmation containing this information. You will not receive an email because when we registered you, we used our own email addresses so that we could reset your passwords for you, because it is quite a difficult process to do if you're not used to the process. So you will not receive an email confirmation of this, but when you go back to the list, you will be able to see here under assignments that you did submit. And if it's after the due date, it will just be marked as late on our side and your side. And then when I open it, I can see how many students have actually submitted, how many of them have received their feedback by now. So the reason why there's 40 new ones, 40 new assignments of the 84 that submitted is that by yesterday evening, only 40 students actually submitted activity 1. So that is why there's 42 to C's now. So that's what it looks on my side. It looks like at my side. So just make sure that you actually go through the process correctly, and you'll be able to upload everything you need. Cecilia asked us whether it is fine if she still uploads the work she hasn't submitted yet. Yes, please. Whenever you get the opportunity to do it, please upload it. It will remain, all the assignments will accept late submissions until the end of the week. So please just make sure that you do them and you upload them. If you are a team working on the same topic and you have done you came up with the same answer, just submit it on both ends so that we can just make sure that everyone is connected and that you're actually moving through the program as we expected. Remember, while there are 82 teams that entered and that will be going towards the final submission next week, Sunday, um, that means that there's 120 goals that we expected to submit something. And looking at the 84, there's definitely a number of you that's not submitting and not participating as we expected. So remember, only if you submit all of the assignments will you be able to win. So we won't stop you or kick you out of the process, but only if you submit all of the assignments will you be eligible to. But see, we asked um, whether you are supposed to use your own problem to use for all of these assignments. Yes, please. When I tell you forget about your solution, I don't mean forget about the problem you're addressing. You are, I just want you to think freshly about your original problem and really make sure that the solution you came up with is a good solution. So um, please do not start working on something else or now come up with other ideas that's not related to what you entered with. So you are working in the entire uh, design thinking portion of this course. You are working on your own, your very own project. So you are using it as the example that you do all the exercises with, because otherwise, tomorrow when you have to make a plan and tell us, this is my problem, I entered the competition with this problem, this is why it is a problem, this is my solution, and this is why it's a good solution, the entire exercise that you went through between steps activity 1.1 and activity 1.5 was to clarify that and to give you the tools to explain your problem and explain your solution to someone who is unfamiliar with that environment. So remember, you might have seen something in your environment that I've never been exposed to. So tomorrow you will have to explain your problem in such a way that I feel like I'm living in your community and I'm seeing what you're seeing. So make sure that you use your own problem. The examples I give you are my examples because I can definitely not um, give examples for all 120 of you or for all 82 teams on exactly what their answers should be and uh, how they could address it. So the whole idea is for you throughout these 2 weeks to improve on the solution that you originally entered the competition with, given the tools that we are giving you now, the new knowledge and the new skills, implementing them to improve your idea that you entered the competition with, and in the end, give you the best opportunity, regardless of the school you came from, regardless of the teacher you have and the experience of your teacher being able to help you with the innovation process. It's to give you all the same background so that you can actually develop an idea that we can judge using the same criteria. Okay, everyone, I will give us another 5 minutes. If you haven't submitted any new questions in the next 5 minutes, then I will assume that there's no more questions and we'll ask and we'll stop the stream. But I would like to give a shout out to Sunrise View Secondary School this evening. I was very impressed when I looked at the social feeds today at the way in which your school celebrated you actually participating. They edited our badges that I sent to all of them, and they included the photos of the learners. It was really fun seeing all of you because I've never met you, so I don't even know what you look like. As soon as you receive your goodie bags, I'm going to ask you to submit a photo of yourself wearing the t-shirts I sent you. So I was really impressed, and it was lovely seeing how your school is actually supporting you in this initiative. I think Sunrise View Secondary School might be challenging some of the schools with big numbers of entries. Um, I think about Unisi High School, for instance, in Bloemfontein. You have quite a number of entrants this year, so I hope that you do something interesting. Then also Girls High Potch. You also have submitted a large number of entrants. Please do something to support your learners on social media. And then also Lebone College, the School of the Royal Bafokeng, you also have a large number of students. So if you have only one student at your school, please support them too and tag us on social media. But it's really awesome to see the communities in which you all are living, really embracing your success and supporting you on social media. When I monitor those social media tags and I see how your parents are sharing your posts, how your parents' friends are sharing your posts, I'm really excited that you have a great support network that are proud of you. And if you don't have it yet, create that. Tell them that they should tell us how proud they are of you. So I hope you have a wonderful evening. Um, there's one more question. So let me quickly just hear what that question is, and then I'll answer. The last question that was posted was actually answered earlier in this session. I think it was the first question that I answered today was how do I test paper prototype? So please just rewind a few minutes and have a look at the answer I gave there. So I think that's it. Corin has 5 minutes past yet. 5 minutes have passed. So thank you, everyone. Have a good rest this evening. Please stay warm, and I'll see you tomorrow morning with your assignment for the day. But if you haven't completed all the way up to activity 1.5, please make sure that you complete and submit all of the activities between 1.1 and 1.5 if you want your team to be in the running for the final prize. I would really like to take all of you overseas. You can ask the winners of our 2019 Modiragatsi competition, Carly Swart and Barley Ruet. They were from Hoërskool Waterkloof. And you can definitely ask them that we had a lot of fun. So maybe tomorrow evening I will show you some of the photos of our trip that we had to Silicon Valley. It was an awesome trip where we got to visit places like Google and Facebook. We went to a baseball match, and we have visited a lot of very interesting technology companies, speaking to the engineers working there and actually seeing how people started with an idea as humble as yours and now have huge companies spread all across the world and attracting talent from all across the world. And the reasons why we have these links in at these big companies is because some of our alumni, students that either studied with me or studied um, under my supervision, are now actually working at big places like Google and Facebook in the USA. And we will again be using our network of alumni and our industry partners to bring the winners of this year's competition to very interesting places and to visit very interesting companies. So please do not take yourself out of the running because you give up on the homework. Rather ask us on how to do it or ask your friends. I see you supporting each other and it's really not difficult. If you think the question is difficult, then you're probably overthinking it yourself. So you're making it more difficult than it's supposed to be. So think of the simplest possible way that I could have asked you to do something and do it in that way. And then I'm confident that you are all more than capable of completing this and completing it on time.